This is Kari, and welcome to the Kick Your Boots Off podcast. So we'll get right into it. I hope everyone had a restful weekend, because I did not. Just kidding. I had a good Sunday. My Sunday I spent doing a fish fry, cooking a bunch of trout that we caught on our family vacation up in Mammoth. Bridgeport, actually, to be exact. I know the men in Bridgeport would hate me for saying we were just in Mammoth. Anyways, so I wanted to start the episode off with a little life update. It's been a little cray-cray, and it's about to get even more crazy. So what the F have I been up to? Basically, it has been nonstop, you guys, since pretty much May. Literally like weddings every single weekend, basically. And a lot of fun travel that I really want to tell you guys about. This year already, I've been to some of the coolest places, like wish list places. And I still have, it just gets crazier from here. So highlights have been, I got to go to Georgia for a wedding. Obviously that I was shooting this wedding, not attending. So I went to Georgia, took my husband with me. We stayed in Atlanta for a couple nights, and the wedding was about an hour outside of Atlanta. And right when we got there, this was just so lucky. We found a Peruvian restaurant right when we got there, and it was legit the best lomo saltado I think I have ever had, including lomo saltado that we ate in Peru, which is it's a traditional Peruvian dish. So we were right off the bat feeling very at home in Atlanta, and it was just very special because it was also one of the first big really far away travel weddings that I've had, and special that Eric got to come with me too. And then since we were in Georgia, I had some besties who you will be listening to. My bestie Jackson, his music is the intro for the podcast, but he is from Birmingham, Alabama. So we were only a couple hours away from them, him and his girlfriend Chancey. And we just were let's just go for a whole week, shoot the wedding, and then drive over to Birmingham and hang out with them. So we got to explore the South a little bit, and it was epic. And now I'm I want more weddings in the South, guys. It is so fun and just such a nice, the community there, everyone is so kind, super kind. And also, I really miss getting shrimp and grits. Literally so dank. So anyways, let's go back to the South, y'all. That was a major highlight, and that was in March. And now we're coming up on October, or this is literally going to be out in October. So there have been so many things. I spent a whole weekend in Joshua Tree doing 3 engagement shoots, one every day that we were there, which was so epic. And one of them was for my giveaway, which was really cool that they wanted to do Joshua Tree. And they brought their pup. I love it when people bring their dogs to shoots. Makes me so happy. And then literally 2 weeks after Joshua Tree, I went to Denver to shoot Caitlin Marie photo, her wedding. She's also a wedding photographer based in Colorado. And now she's coming out here in a couple weeks to plan this whole styled shoot with me. But her wedding was legit the coolest thing ever. And it was so sick that I got to only shoot film for this whole thing. It was turned into basically an 11-hour wedding day for all the vendors. It was nuts, but it was so good. And just all the details and planning that she put into this wedding was just the most beautiful thing. So it was really special to be in Colorado, which is also like another state that I love visiting. And then literally like a couple days after I got home from Denver, I went to Austin for an engagement shoot. And Austin, Texas is so sick, guys. All these places, I'm like, I need to go back right now because Austin was such an epic city. That trip was a little bit more sad because I just went solo. But the silver lining of that is when I travel solo for work, I like end up forcing my couples to hang out with me. So we did their shoot in a greenhouse in Driftwood, Texas, which is like, I think like 30 minutes outside of Austin. And it was gorgeous, like coolest venue ever. It's like a full-blown wedding venue, but they decided to just like do their dream engagement shoot there, and literally fly me out from California. Like, what the hell? Okay, like epic. So after we did the shoot in the morning, they took me out for barbecue, and it was so freaking good. I just like, Texas was such a vibe, guys. And also there's like the springs, that's like a man-made like pool almost, but it's like in the middle of the river that runs through Austin. And that was so sick, like such a cool spot. And then I went to the Central Coast for like a week. I had a couple weddings up there in like Santa Barbara and like San Luis Obispo area. And then got home from that, went to Mammoth and Bridgeport for 2 weeks, which is my like normal family tradition. We go to Mammoth every year since I was like 4 years old. Like as long as I can remember, we have been going up to Mammoth. And I feel like every year for the last like 3 or 4 years, we've just been like making friends there, like people that are actually like more local to that area. And now I have an amazing tattoo artist friend, which you can see in my 2 tattoos on my arms. I'm like, my legs are covered, but these are Tara Tats. It's Jackie. She is the best. Hit her up for tats in Mammoth. And she's also just become a homie now. So now every time we go up there, I'm like, so are we going to do another trade? Because I'm going to get a full sleeve in the next like few years. And I'm just going to keep taking photos of you. So that's the best. And then I also had like 2 of my favorite weddings ever. Like shooting a wedding in a place that is so special to me was like such a freaking dream come true. So shout out Allie and Chandler and Tara and Jagger. You guys are the best for giving me work in a city that's so special to me. So Mammoth was a freaking blast. It was work. It was my family vacay. I was up there for a week with my friend Nikki doing the first wedding with Tara and Jagger. And then after that, my family joined right before my second wedding up there. And then we were there for another week. So literally like over half of the month of August I spent in the Eastern Sierra, which I still am not over. And literally while I was there, I was fully planning my next trip back. So now I'm hosting a whole weekend of mini shoots in Mammoth, and I am literally so excited about it. Like, I can't even describe how happy I am that I get to go back for work again in the same like few months span of time. So that's not it, guys. I'm still going. After we got home from Mammoth, literally 2 weeks later, I went to Knoxville to associate shoot a wedding for Chloe Verratti, which she will definitely be on the podcast at some point. We both started shooting weddings right around the same time, so we are like each other's designated second shooter, except now it's getting to the point where we're both booking things like way too consistently to like second shoot for each other. So, but anyways, we are literally each other's like biggest support and like so in the same boat of our business right now and like in the same season of life. She also just got married and she's having a baby soon. So anyways, I got to associate shoot for her in Knoxville, and you guys, Tennessee, again, like the South, I just cannot with how amazing it is. And like the green everywhere. My only bone to pick with Tennessee is the size of the bugs. I literally can't handle the bug situation in the South. It's like, it's a little spooky for me. But anyways, Knoxville was sick, and now I literally have never been more overwhelmed and like equally excited for the amount of things that are coming up next. I'm going to Mexico literally next weekend, guys, to shoot a wedding. And then after that, it's like Julian in San Diego County. I'm going up north for another week, going back to Mammoth for the mini shoots, going to Sedona, and then I'm going to SLO, and then I'm going to San Fran, and then I'm going to freaking Japan, guys. It's gonna be freaking nuts. So anyways, pray for me. All that to say is I am gonna need help. So keep me in your prayers, please, and thank you. Anyways, that's the life update. I am overwhelmed and just, I'm a little nervous, to be honest with you. We'll see if I make it through the rest of this year. If I drop off the face of the earth, I'm probably in a random ass country somewhere. I don't know. So anyways, that's the life update. I need help mentally. Next on the list for today's episode that we're going to have a lot of fun talking about, in true Kari fashion, we are going to get really opinionated right now and get a little controversial for this episode. We're starting it off with a bang with some wedding hot takes, guys. So I had a couple people respond to my Instagram story, but I just in general already had a lot of hot takes myself that I have been keeping notes on for a while. So the first two I will hit are the ones I got from Instagram, which were actually already on my list, but one of them completely disagreed with me on this, and it's in regards to speeches. So the friend on Instagram said, I love speeches at weddings. And that genuinely I feel like is a hot take, because most people would say the opposite, I'm pretty sure. And my take on that is like, I feel like, okay, also, I got married. I have my own like wedding experience and things that I would do differently looking back on it. But this actually, I feel like we did right. And we had a lot of our like closest friends and family, or like my dad, who would throw a tantrum about speaking in front of everyone at the wedding to begin with. So we had him and like a handful of other people that we really wanted to like give the opportunity to speak. They all spoke at our rehearsal dinner. So there's a tip, guys. Have your people speak at your rehearsal dinner. They can literally talk as long as they want, and everyone that's there is like, it's a safe space because it's your like wedding party and your family. So like give them the floor to talk about it then, you know? And like maybe just save a speech for like yourselves at your wedding. Like as bride and groom, you guys, everyone wants to hear what you have to say. It's your wedding day. So like get up, say thank you to everyone for coming, and like say whatever's on your heart. Like recognize your parents and your family that like contributed to the wedding, stuff like that. But like don't give mother-in-law the mic for her to like talk about how much she's gonna miss her son and blah blah blah. Like nobody, it's like it makes people uncomfortable. So like let's stray away from like having 25 speeches at your wedding, because everyone's hungry, and if they haven't eaten already yet, they're going to be eating while people are speaking, and no one's gonna be listening anyways. I hate to break it to you. And also, let's just preface the rest of these. I am not speaking about any of my brides that I have worked with. I literally love every single one of you so much. You could get married in a Ralph's parking lot and do whatever the fuck you want for your wedding, and I would literally be stoked to shoot it because I love you so much. So, just to preface, this is not, nobody better be taking this personally because these are just hot takes, okay? I am an opinionated gal, all right? And I am here to share the opinions with you. So anyways, speeches, keep it to a minimum. Next one that I got from Instagram, which also confirms something that I put from my sister, shout out, Emmy. Nobody wants to hang out with your kids on the wedding day. Keep your kids at home. That's like a major no for me because, first of all, your friends that have kids probably would enjoy themselves a lot more if their kids were not at this wedding for them to be micromanaging and like helicopter parenting the whole time. Like, if you want your friends to have a great time, tell them they need to find a babysitter for your wedding night. Like, everyone will appreciate you after the fact. Maybe someone's gonna be mad about it. Maybe someone's gonna be like, you know what, we just can't afford a sitter, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, people have their excuses for, like, the kid situation. And if you choose to have kids at your wedding, I'm sure they're important to you, and I'm sure you'll have a great time. But my hot take is, don't have kids at the wedding. No, like, I don't think most people want that. I'm just being honest with you. Okay, next one. Okay, wedding party. These are some things that I've been noticing recently. First of all, you don't need to have an equal amount of guys, like groomsmen and bridesmaids. You can have whatever fucking number you want on either side. It does not matter. It literally doesn't matter. And to go with along that same note, if your husband or soon-to-be husband has a million fucking friends and you feel the need to add a shit ton of bridesmaids to like match all of his friends, or say it's the other way around, your girl has a ton of friends that she needs to have as bridesmaids, and you feel the need to, like, there's no reason for you to have to match it. Like, who cares? Like, have one guy walk with two girls. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Another thought, me like clanking my rings. I'm fired up, guys. Another thought on the wedding party note is have them sit down during your ceremony. Like, your time at the altar is your time. Your bridal party, except for your maid of honor, really, like, they're not doing anything. They're just forced to stand there. And I understand some people are like, well, that's like the only time that anyone's gonna see them in all their matching dresses and suits and stuff. And I get that, but like, let them sit and enjoy your ceremony. Like, they want to like witness this moment as much as everyone else that's there for you does. So like, just let them sit down and like have your own moment. And also, it drives me crazy when they are not like it's consistently, it is the maid of honor is like right next to the bride, like super close to her. And then on the groom's side, the best man is like 10 feet away. So the maid of honor is in like every shot of you guys at your altar. And it's always the best man that's like giving you plenty of space. But it drives me nuts that they're not like perfectly even. So let's just like avoid that altogether and like just have them sit down and you guys have your own moment at the altar. That's just a thought for you to keep in mind when you're planning. Okay. Also, kind of in regards to wedding party, like, no, 100% this is wedding party related. Don't force everyone to wear the same exact thing. Like, pick a color scheme, give them options. Like, you are already asking someone to like drop a lot of money on a like floor length dress or whatever you're doing. Like, have them wear something that is actually like comfortable and like fun for them to wear, instead of forcing them to like, specifically in regards to like bridesmaids. I feel like with dresses, this makes a lot more sense. Like, just let them pick what they want to wear. Like, let them pick a dress that's like on the same vibe, but maybe it's a dress that they would actually wear again. So they're like getting their money's worth, you know, because that shit's expensive. And then also in regards to wardrobe, another hot take is give your guests a specific color scheme to wear to your wedding. Like, if you are already going like earthy tones, tell your guests earth tones, please. Like green, brown, whatever. Don't have a whole like family show up in like yellow and blue. Like, nobody wants to see that, first of all. Second of all, your photos, it will affect your photos. Like, when you look back on the overall vibe of your wedding and you see your guests interacting, it's so fun to see cool guest photos, but not when they are in the ugliest shit, guys. Like, just give them a little direction, and I swear it makes a world's difference when you give them direction. So tell them what to wear. Be like precise with it. Also, you don't want someone showing up wearing like khaki shorts because you didn't give any direction. And then there's another guest that's like dressed to the nines in their like black suit and like tux vibes. Like, just give your guests direction for the wardrobe. Also, I've seen people be like, it's like garden party vibes, so I want all the girls in like floral prints. It actually looks really good when everyone is on the same wavelength for your wedding, like what they're gonna wear. It looks so cute and it makes your photos so beautiful. So that's a thought. Be direct with what your guests are expected to be wearing. Okay, another one. +1s are not a requirement. So like, let's not get salty about it when your boyfriend of a month doesn't get to come to one of your like elementary school best friends' weddings, you know? Like, it's a gift. Like, they're like, the bride and groom are paying for people to have a place to sit and a delicious meal to eat. Don't be greedy. Like, if you don't get a +1, don't be salty. It is a gift to get a +1. So don't be a bee, you know? Okay. This is gonna piss someone off, but guys, can we cut eucalyptus from all weddings for the rest of time? No more eucalyptus, please. And also, on that note, like, I get it. I understand you want greenery at your tables. You want it to fill up a lot of space, and you're on a budget. You want to do it cheap. Just, honestly, I feel like you're better off without the eucalyptus. Like, let's go thrift some little vases that you could get for like $1, and we'll put cute little flower buds in them instead of just a mound of eucalyptus in the center of every table. It's not a vibe. It's just not. Okay, also, having wedding favors that are actually like practical and cool and like useful, I feel like go a long way. Like, recently I saw someone do their seating chart was literally like little glasses of matches, like a little matchbook with the like person's name and their table number on it. And then you have a cool little memento for them to keep, and it's useful. It's a little matchbook. Or like legit just like personalized matchbooks to your wedding date and your like bride and groom, your name. Like that's so sick, and that's like something that people can keep for a long time and actually get use out of and have it in like a practical space in their home to remember your wedding day. I would say stop putting like custom made cookies in a little plastic bag and putting those around the tables, because chances are they're gonna get thrown away. So I feel like if you're gonna do a wedding gift or a wedding favor for your guests, either make it practical or just don't do it. Like, you don't need to do it. You're already throwing a huge party for people. There's no reason for you to be like also putting out these little like trinkets and gifts and things for people. Like, you're already paying so much money to like feed them and throw a badass party. Who cares? Like, it's probably gonna get thrown away. So like, just don't stress about the wedding favors. That's like not necessary at that point. Also, if you're gonna do dessert, like, if you're not a cake person, don't have a fucking cake. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there are so many other cool things you can do for dessert on your wedding day. Like, okay, specifically referencing the Denver wedding with my friend Caitlin, she had an ice cream truck, basically. It was like a little like ice cream stand, kind of like a pop-up situation. And that was so sick. So everyone like throughout their reception could go get like actually really good ice cream whenever they wanted to, and there's not like all these slices of cake like just sitting around on a table for flies to like be eating during your reception. Like, people aren't gonna eat it. So like, do something that's like fun and like a little bit more like personalized, I guess, for dessert. I just feel like cake it's a little overrated. Unless you're like doing like just a one little like personal cake because you really like the like cutting the cake vibe, which I think it's definitely a vibe, but like, I don't know. Do what you want. You know what? Do what you want with your dessert shit. What else, guys? I had such a long list and I feel like I'm just like flying through it because I'm so passionate. Oh my gosh. This is like such a pet peeve for me. You don't need a photo with every table at your wedding. You will never look at those. Do not waste your time, your precious, precious time on your wedding day, going to every fucking table to take photos with every guest that's there. That's what a photo booth is for. Like, get a photo booth. Have your guests go and take photos of themselves, have fun in a photo booth. Have them make 2 of every photo booth strip, and then you get to see all your guests, and like maybe you jump in and you take some photo booth photos with your guests. Like, that's fun. But do not waste your time trying to get a like formal group photo with every single person at your wedding. It is not worth it, guys. Like, please. And also, I feel like it's every photographer's like least favorite part of the day and like most dreaded part of the day, because they know you are not gonna look at these pictures. It's not worth the time, guys. It's not worth their time taking them and then editing them for hours, and you're never gonna look at them. Like, you're gonna look at your portraits and family photos, maybe wedding party photos, yes. The rest of the day, like, you're gonna relive your day, and that time of like sprinting around to the tables, it's not worth it, guys. And also, kind of on the note of like saving time at your wedding, do a first look, please. Do a first look. You will not regret it. This is where I'm gonna share my personal experience with the first look situation. Me and my husband, before we got married, obviously this is like planning our wedding, we originally were very much sold on the traditional, like, I want to see you for the first time when you're coming down the aisle. But, like, what, first of all, where, like, why do we have that as a tradition? What is the point of that? Second of all, it takes so much away from your day if you do not see your person before your ceremony. I was, like, genuinely so nervous to be sharing my vows in front of all of our friends and family because I don't like being emotional in front of people. Like, that's just not me. So I was like really overthinking it, and I'm like, I just like, can we just elope? Like, I'm like so overthinking about this. I don't want to get emotional in front of everyone. That's like a piece of me that I had like want only my significant other to like see. Like, I don't want to share that with every single person that's there. So then this is like before I was into wedding photography at all. I was following a wedding photographer, and she posted something about doing a first look and how it like really helps you connect with your person before even stepping into your ceremony. And practically, it gives you a lot of time back on your wedding day to like actually enjoy your wedding day and not spend it taking photos. Immediately after your ceremony, you're like rushed into taking family photos, wedding party photos, then your portraits. Whereas, like, you could do a first look, you could actually, like, share an intentional moment together, and then slowly, like, kind of get into portraits and get all of those, like, a good chunk of those done. And then you're like, okay, you're, like, feeling good, you're, like, a little bit more loosened up because you've gotten to see your person and, like, connect with them on your wedding day, and you're, like, feeling grounded. And then you can go into wedding party photos and family photos, get it all done before your ceremony. And then you actually get to be like present for the rest of your day. Like, you don't have to spend the rest of the day worrying about like all these little things. You get to just be like, okay, we're just like rolling with the rest of the day, and we just get to have fun and enjoy this big ass party that we're throwing. And you get to actually enjoy it. So I was against it. And I was convinced otherwise. And I would say 1,000,000 times over again to do a first look. From personal experience, it is so worth it to share that moment with your person and just like connect and feel grounded. And like, then like the rest of the day is a piece of cake. It's so fun. And you like got to have that like really intimate moment with your person. And also I would say like, share your vows during that time, or share like something a little bit more personal. Like, I don't know, like I've seen couples be like very like, I don't like into literature and like want to like read each other these poems that like mean so much to them. Or like for my Christian couples, share like a Bible verse that you love and that like you want to like pray over your future marriage with the person. Like, just do something during that time to like really ground you guys and like set the tone for like why you're getting married, like how you made it to this point. So anyways, do a first look. It's worth it, guys, and it will just make your day so much better, I swear. Okay, this is another really good one, and I'm super passionate about it. Your venue matters so much. Like, your venue sets the tone for your entire wedding gallery. Like, all the photos that you're gonna get back, your venue is like the background for every single shot, pretty much. So, like, make sure when you go and you're looking at venues, not only do you like love the space, but like, does it resonate with you? Does it like actually have some cool like pieces about it that you're like, oh, like this is such a cool detail. Like, I love that there's like this tile on the floor, or I love this like archway that there is around like where the ceremony space is, or whatever, you know. Like, also think about like, this is kind of going into another hot take of like, maybe you don't do a first look, but like regardless, after your ceremony, you're gonna want to like have another intimate moment and like connecting point with your person. And that's when I'm like, let's go do golden hour photos. But I genuinely feel like golden hour photos, you can like make it a whole experience and like part of your day to like watch the sunset on your wedding day with your person. And you get to like, okay, yeah, you're bringing your photographer along with you to like get some beautiful photos out of it. But like, it can be as genuine as like, we're gonna go watch the sunset together on our wedding day. So in regards to that, like pick a venue where there's actually a cool view or like a space that will look cool during golden hour. Like it will be so worth it to have that as a part of your day. And it's just another good like excuse to set aside time to be with your person. So yeah, just pick a good venue, guys. Like somewhere like bridal suite, that is like such a big factor in your getting ready photos. That's like obviously such a thing now. Like everyone wants getting ready photos because there's like, we're gonna pop the bubbly, we're gonna be in our matching robes, all of that shit. It's good shit, but like the environment you're in while you're doing that matters so much. If it's like a grimy, like shitty light, little teeny tiny cram space and all your shit's all over the place, it's gonna look like trash. Like don't choose a venue that has a getting ready space that sucks like that. And also factor in the convenience. Do you want to be driving 30, 40 minutes on your wedding day or an hour on your wedding day in between getting ready and getting to your venue because you want to like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it can be worth it, but like when you have to pay for a photographer to shoot your getting ready photos an hour away from your venue, that just seems crazy to me. Why are you doing that? Like just, I don't know, have your rehearsal dinner in this cool place that's an hour away and then spend your whole wedding day just in one place. Like you shouldn't be stressing about travel time, like a lot of travel time on your wedding day. So like venue, the vibe, the look of it, and the convenience of it. Like factor these things in, guys, because it will make a huge impact on the flow of your wedding day. And you do not want to be adding stress to your life on already a very stressful day. So that's my thoughts on that. And you know, that's pretty much all I have for you right now, but I can promise I will have more opinions literally from probably every wedding that I ever shoot. So I'll definitely have more hot takes for you guys, and feel free to hit me back with your hot takes. And if you completely disagree with things that I'm saying, I would love to hear what you have to say. Change my mind, please. Tell me why I'm wrong. I want to hear it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'll catch you next time.